菜根谭
Tending the roots of wisdom.
97能彻见心性，则天下平稳。
97. When one can thoroughly understand their own nature, then there is stability throughout the world.
菜根谭原文：此心常看的圆满，天下自无缺陷之世界；此心常放的宽平，天下自无险策之人情。
白话文注解：一个天性善良、心地纯洁的乐观主义者，把人间的万事万物都看得很美好圆满，他的世界自然没有缺憾。一个天性忠厚、心胸开朗的达观主义者，待人接物都抱着宽大为怀的态度，他的际遇自然安全充满愉悦。
97-1. A naturally kind and pure-hearted optimist views everything in the world as beautiful and harmonious, leaving no room for imperfections in their world. A genuinely loyal and open-minded optimist treats others with a magnanimous attitude, resulting in a secure and joyful state in their experiences. Translated by Bayandefu.
97-2. If there were a general view that everything is flawless, then all beings in the world would naturally lack defects. If there were a general attitude of generosity and being fair, then all beings of the world would naturally lack malicious feelings. Translated by Robert Aitken Daniel W. Wyckoff. 97-3. If every person made a habit of looking upon everything as flawless, then everything in the world would naturally become perfect. If every person made a habit of making his heart expansive and tranquil, then men's evil and harmful feelings would naturally disappear. Translated by Paul White.
97-4. An inherently kind and pure-hearted optimist views everything in the world as beautiful and complete, leaving no room for deficiencies in their world. On the other hand, a naturally honest and open-minded optimist, who approaches people and things with a broad-minded attitude, experiences a naturally secure and joyful existence. Translated by Wen Lin.
98操履不可少变，锋芒不可太露。
98. Principles should not be arbitrarily changed. The edge should not be too exposed.
菜根谭原文：谈博之事，必为浓艳者所宜；检视之人，多为放肆者所忌。君子处此，故不可少变其操履，亦不可露其锋芒。
白话文注解：一个具有高深才德而又能淡泊明志的人，一定会遭受那些热衷名利的人所怀疑；一个言行谨慎、处处检点的真君子，往往会遭受那些邪恶放纵、无所忌惮的小人的嫉妒。一个有才学修养的人，遇到这种恶劣环境，固然不可以略微改变自己的操守和志向去迎合小人，也绝对不可以过于针锋相对。
98-1. A person with profound virtues and a serene sense of purpose will often be suspected by those who ardently pursue fame and fortune. A true gentleman who is cautious in speech and behavior might face jealousy from malicious and unrestrained petty individuals. When a person of knowledge and cultivation encounters such unfavorable circumstances, they should neither compromise their principles and aspirations to cater to petty individuals, nor should they engage in excessive confrontation. Translated by Bayandefu.
98-2. Those who are dazzled by fine things invariably distrust people who are frugal and contented. For the most part, those who are self-indulgent dislike people who display restraint. The noble person does not deviate from a fundamental position of honor and does not show off too much. Translated by Robert Aitken Daniel W. Wyckoff. 98-3. It is inevitable that the man who seeks not fame and wealth should arouse the jealousy of a man who is avid for such things. It is inevitable that he who is circumspect in speech and conduct should provoke the dislike of reckless or audacious persons. In such circumstances, a virtuous man should not compromise his principles or his conduct in the slightest, nor should he adopt a pugnacious attitude toward them. Translated by Paul White.
98-4. A person endowed with profound virtue and a tranquil and resolute mindset is likely to face suspicion from those who ardently pursue fame and fortune. A true gentleman, who is cautious in speech and conduct, often becomes the target of jealousy from those wicked and unrestrained individuals. When encountering such unfavorable circumstances, a person of talent and learning should neither compromise their principles and aspirations to cater to the unscrupulous, nor engage in excessive confrontation. Translated by Wen Lin.
99. 顺境不足喜，逆境不足忧。
99. Do not rejoice too much in prosperity, and do not worry too much in adversity.
菜根谭原文：居逆境中，周身皆针砭要石，抵节力行而不决；处顺境中，眼前尽兵刃割毛，削高米谷而不知。
白话文注解：一个人如果生活在艰难困苦的恶劣环境中，那周围所接触到的全是强身健体的医疗器械与药物，在不知不觉中磨练了人的气节品行，日臻剔透丰满。一个人如果生活在丰裕无忧的良好环境中，眼前的利益不过是糖衣炮弹等杀人的利器，在不知不觉中使你的身心受到腐蚀侵袭，直到油枯灯尽。
99-1. If a person lives in a harsh and challenging environment, surrounded by strengthening medical equipment and medications, their character and conduct can be gradually refined, becoming more resilient and wholesome. If a person lives in a comfortable and abundant environment, the apparent benefits might be as tempting as sugar-coated bullets and other lethal tools, subtly corroding and infiltrating your mind and body until they are depleted. Translated by Bayan Defu.
99-2. In adverse situations, even though around you are needles and medicines that will help you through the trials, you are unaware of them. In favorable circumstances, all around you are swords and halberds which will whittle away your flesh and bones, you do not know about them. Translated by Robert Aitken Daniel W. Wyckoff. 99-3. When you face trying circumstances, everything that you encounter has the effect of bitter medicinal herbs and the stone needles used in acupuncture. These needles and medicines serve to refine your character and conduct, although you do not realize it. When you are experiencing smooth sailing, it is as if the path ahead were strewn with weapons, which harm you bit by bit until you are finally destroyed. At such times a man can be compared to lamp oil, which is gradually consumed until there is none left, although he is unaware of it. Translated by Paul White.
99-4. If a person lives in a challenging and adverse environment, they are surrounded by tools for strengthening the body and medical supplies. Unknowingly, this refines one's character and integrity, gradually becoming transparent and full. On the other hand, if someone lives in a comfortable and worry-free environment, the apparent benefits around them are nothing more than sugar-coated bullets, deadly weapons that corrode and invade the body and mind until resources are depleted. Translated by Wen Lin.
100. 富贵而自食弄权，乃自取灭亡之道。
100. Wealth and nobility, when indulging in power and manipulating authority, are the path to self-destruction.
菜根谭原文：生长富贵丛中的嗜欲如猛火，全是四烈焰。若不带些清冷气味，其火焰不至焚人，必将自烁矣。
白话文注解：一个生长在富豪权贵之家的人，如果对物质的享受穷奢极欲，或对专权弄事作威作福习以为常，假如不能够及时自我反省冷静，那猛烈的欲火纵使不伤及他人，迟早也会像引火自焚般毁灭自身。
100-1. A person raised in the home of affluence and privilege, if they indulge excessively in material pleasures or become accustomed to wielding power and authority unchecked, unless they engage in timely self-reflection and maintain a sense of calm, the intense flames of desire, even if they don't harm others, will eventually consume them like a self-inflicted fire. Translated by Bayan Defu.
100-2. Those who grow up in a setting of riches and honor are driven by greed like a raging fire. Their power and influence blaze furiously everywhere. If they cannot cultivate feelings that are a little cooler, they might not burn others, but surely they will end up incinerating themselves. Translated by Robert Aitken Daniel W. Wyckoff. 100-3. when people grow up in the households of wealthy families, their love of luxury and covetousness are like a raging fire, and their reliance on their power is like a searing flame. If they do not temper themselves with honest and plain aspirations, the fierce fire will consume themselves, if not others as well. Translated by Paul White.
104. A person born into a wealthy and influential family, if they indulge excessively in material pleasures or abuse power and influence, if they cannot reflect on themselves and remain calm in a timely manner, the intense desires, even if they don't harm others, will eventually self-destruct like a fire that consumes itself. Translated by Wen Lin.
101. 精诚所至，金石为开。
101. With utmost sincerity, even metal and stone can be penetrated.
菜根谭原文：人心一真，变双可飞，诚可允，金石可镂。若伪妄之人，形骸徒具，真宰已亡。对人则面目可憎，独居则形影自溃。
白话文注解：一个人的精神修养功夫，如果能达到至诚地步，就可感天动地，比如令夏天飞雪，哭倒城墙，最坚固的金石也可以被雕凿贯穿。至于虚假妄为的人，虽有一副人形皮囊，灵魂已经灭亡。这种人对着人时让人觉得面目可憎，孤独自处时，连自己的影子也感觉万分羞愧。
101-1. If a person's spiritual cultivation reaches the level of utmost sincerity, it can move heaven and earth, such as causing snowfall in summer. The Great Wall would collapse due to her weeping, and even the most robust stones can be carved through. As for those who are false and pretentious, despite having a human form, their souls have already perished. When facing others, they appear repugnant, and when alone, even their own shadow feels profoundly ashamed. Translated by Biandefu.
101-2. When one's heart is completely genuine, then frost appears out of season and the castle collapses. Metal and rock can be pierced. False and corrupt people may have shadows of the human form, but in vain, for true authority is missing. They are insufferable in the eyes of others, and in solitude they are ashamed even of their shadows. Translated by Robert Aitken Daniel W. Wyckoff. 101-3. When a man's mind reaches the point of perfect sincerity, he can move heaven and earth, snow can fall in summer, city walls can crumble, and adamantine rock can be carved. The false man is nothing but an empty shell, he has lost his innate nature and is hateful in the sight of others. When he is alone, he is consumed with self-loathing. Translated by Paul White.
101-4. When a person's spiritual cultivation reaches the pinnacle of sincerity, it can have a profound impact, like making it snow in summer. The formidable Great Wall could crumble under the weight of their tears, and even the toughest stones can be penetrated. As for those who are deceitful and pretentious, despite having a human appearance, their souls have already perished. In the presence of others, they evoke a sense of repulsion, and in solitude, even their own shadow carries a profound sense of shame. Translated by Wen Lin.
102. 文章极处无奇巧，人品极处直本然。
102. In excellent writing, there is no need for clever tricks. In exceptional character, only authenticity matters.
菜根谭原文：文章做到极处，无有他奇，只是恰好；人品做到极处，无有他意，只是本然。
白话文注解：一个人能把文章写到登峰造极的最高境界，其实并没有什么特别奇妙的地方，只是表达的恰到好处而已。一个人的品德修养如果达到炉火纯青的最高境界，并非有什么奇异的才能，只不过是恢复了人性本来的样子。
102-1. When a piece of writing reaches the acme of perfection, it is not due to the inclusion of any extraordinary element, but rather stems from its precise expression. Similarly, when an individual refines their moral character to the point of perfection, they achieve this not through the application of any mystical formula, but by allowing their innate purity to radiate. Translated by Biandefu.
102-2, An essay wrought to perfection is not so remarkable as it is simply just right. Human character brought to perfection is not so unusual as it is simply innate. Translated by Robert Aitken Daniel W. Wyckoff. 102-3, When a piece of writing reaches the acme of perfection, it is not because it contains some miraculous ingredient, but because it is written in exactly the right way. When a man refines his moral character to the point of perfection, he does so not with the aid of any magic formula, but by letting his pure inborn nature shine forth. Translated by Paul White.
102-4. In writing, reaching the pinnacle of excellence doesn't involve anything particularly miraculous. It's just a matter of expressing oneself with precision. Similarly, achieving the highest level of moral cultivation doesn't require extraordinary talents. It's simply a restoration of one's inherent human nature. Translated by Wen Lin.
103. 明事相之本体，负天下之重任。
103. Understanding the realm of material existence. Bearing the heavy responsibilities of humanity.
菜根谭原文：事相本体，以幻境言，无论功名富贵，及肢体亦属伪形；以真境言，无论父母兄弟，及万物皆无一体。人能看得破任的真，才可以任天下之重担，亦可脱世间之枷锁。
白话文注解：就现象界的物质生活来说，不仅功名富贵变幻无常，甚至就连自己的四肢躯体也属于上天暂时给你的形象。假如从形而上境界的超物质生活来说，无论是父母兄弟等骨肉至亲，甚至于天地间的万物，也都和我属于一体。一个人只有能洞察物质界的虚伪变幻，同时又能认得清精神界的永恒价值，才可以担负起救世济民的重大使命，而且也只有这样，才能摆脱人间一切困扰你的枷锁。
103-1. In the realm of material existence, not only do fame and fortune change unpredictably, but even one's own limbs and physique are temporarily granted by the divine. From a metaphysical perspective of transcendent existence, whether it's parents, siblings, and close kin, or the myriad things of the world, all are interconnected with me. A person can truly embrace the profound task of saving and assisting humanity only if they can perceive the superficial and shifting nature of the material world, while also recognizing the eternal value of the spiritual realm. It is only through such insight that one can break free from the chains that bind them to worldly troubles. Translated by Biandefu.
103-2, In the realm of illusion, there is no honor, reputation, wealth, or status, and indeed no arms, legs, body, or anything related to me. In the realm of the genuine, parents, sisters, brothers, and indeed the 10,000 beings are all one body with me. Only when I can see through the ways of the world and distinguish the real from the unreal, can I shoulder responsibility for worldly obligations, free of shackles and limitations. Translated by Robert Aitken Daniel W. Wyckoff. 103-3. In this dusty world of illusions, not only are rank and wealth fleeting, but our very bodies are only lent to us for a short time by the universe. In the realm of the way, when the last vestige of the material world has been eliminated, not only are family members joined as one, but everything in the universe is two. Only a man can see through the world of things and perceive the world of the pure way. Can he undertake the heavy burden of saving the world and succoring its people, and shake off the material fetters of rank and wealth. Translated by Paul White.
103-4. In the realm of material life within the observable world, not only is wealth and status unpredictable, but even one's own limbs and physical form belong temporarily to the image granted by the divine. If we consider the metaphysical, transcendent realm of existence, everything from the closest family ties, such as parents and siblings, to the myriad entities in the cosmos, is interconnected with me. Only a person who can perceive the deceptive and ever-changing nature of the material world, while recognizing the enduring value of the spiritual realm, can shoulder the significant mission of saving and benefiting humanity. It is only through this understanding that one can free themselves from the shackles that trouble them in the earthly realm. Translated by Wen Lin.
104. 凡事当留余地，5分便无殃悔。
104. In all matters, leave room for flexibility. With a 50% margin, there will be no regrets or harm.
菜根谭原文：爽口之味，皆烂肠腐骨之药，5分便无殃。快心之事，惜败身丧德之美，5分便无悔。
白话文注解：美味可口的山珍海味，其实都等于是伤害肠胃的毒药，所以我们一旦遇到这种大快朵颐的机会，绝对不可多吃，只要控制住，吃个半饱，就不会伤害身体。世间所有称心如意，令你眉飞色舞的好事，其实都是一些引诱你走向身败名裂的媒介。所以凡事不可要求一切能心满意足，只要保持在差强人意的限度上，就不至于造成事后悔恨的恶果。
104-1. Delicious and tempting delicacies from land and sea are, in fact, akin to poisons that harm the digestive system. Hence, whenever we encounter such opportunities for indulgence, it's crucial to avoid overeating. Simply eating to a point of being moderately satisfied will prevent harm to our bodies. Similarly, all the things in the world that bring joy and delight, leading to elation, are essentially temptations that can lead to ruin. Therefore, we mustn't desire complete contentment in everything, rather, maintaining a state of reasonable satisfaction will prevent us from later regretting the consequences. Translated by Bayandefu.
104-2. Tasty foods can rot my bowels and decay my bones. In moderation, however, they are not very harmful. Taking pleasure in congenial activities can crush my reputation and destroy my virtue. In moderation, however, they are not cause for regret. Translated by Robert Aitken Daniel W. Wyckoff. 104-3. Tasty foods are like poison that perforates your intestines and erodes your bones. So long as you only eat until you are half full, no harm will ensure. Pleasure-seeking damages your body and morality. Enjoy a little bit of it, and you will have no regrets afterwards. Translated by Paul White.
104-4. Delicious and tempting delicacies, in reality, are akin to poisons that harm the digestive system. Therefore, when presented with the opportunity to indulge in such culinary delights, it's crucial not to overeat. By controlling the intake to only half full, one can avoid harming the body. All the things in the world that bring satisfaction and joy, in truth, serve as mediums tempting you towards ruin and disgrace. Therefore, it's wise not to demand complete contentment in all things. Maintaining a level of satisfaction within reasonable limits helps prevent the regretful consequences that may follow. Translated by Wen Lin.